Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And of course, good morning, Mini Motorways. Let's go to Warsaw for today's daily challenge, where we will start with 2 bridges, and that's all we get. Eesh. And some destinations will always be circles. But, there's a big river here. Y'all, team, friends, there's mucho de agua. What are we doing here? Why is that a thing? Oh boy. Oh, friends and pals. Okay. All right. It's okay. It'll be fine. It'll be completely and totally off. Fiddlesticks. Buckaroos. Oh, this is just, and I'm out of road, and that's okay. All right, well, maybe it'll be a short trip through today's daily challenge. Oh boy. Luke Ainsworth is here. Good morning, Luke. Hope you are doing well. Luke Ainsworth indeed was here first. Congratulations to Luke Ainsworth. You were the one who was here first. History shall record it now and for all time. Luke Ainsworth was here first. Oh boy. All right, so we'll take an extra 20 road tiles, which is great. I think I'm actually going to restructure these greens ever so slightly. That feels a little bit better than looping that up and around. It also feels rather pointless now, but hey. You two swap down here, you 3 go off that away. You know what? Actually, let's not do that. Let's do this instead. This feels even more naturalated than other things that we had previously been doing. You do that. Okay. These 3 greens now will service this business. These 2 will service this one. Everything should be fine. You know, for a person who plays Good Morning Mini Motorways, or a person who plays Mini Motorways every single weekday, pretty much, as part of a YouTube show, / Twitch show, / this thing, called Good Morning Mini Motorways, it occurs to me that I have not said one single thing about the big stories that are coming out about Dinosaur Polo Club. Like, Dinosaur Polo Club is experiencing one of its largest surges of promotion and general awareness of its brand ever, basically. And your dear friend, the _Goog, parliamentarian of all things DPC, has said exactly dick. That is a failing on my part. I've been reading the stories about, for those who, like me, not like me, because I've been reading them, but for those who get all of their Dinosaur Polo Club news from the _Goog, and therefore did not know what the hell I'm talking about, Dinosaur Polo Club recently announced the cancellation of an unannounced game called Magic School that they were working on. And from the art and the design and the scope that's come out about this, they had a pretty big ambition there. There was going to be like a management sim, and there were going to be all sorts of layers and difficulties and complications and all sorts of things. It was a very big, huge, in-depth project. So big, in fact, that eventually Dinosaur Polo Club had a team meeting, and they were like, hey y'all, this is a big commitment. Like, this is the kind of thing that a AAA game studio might do, and we're very good at what we do, but we are closer to 9 folks in a shack in New Zealand than we are to, say, Activision. It's not to say that Dinosaur Polo Club is, in fact, 9 folks in a shack in New Zealand. My understanding is that Dinosaur Polo Club is like 25 folks in a reasonably sized office in New Zealand. But They're a lot closer to 9 folks in a shack in New Zealand than they are to the kind of studio that handles and nails a project of the scope and requirements of Magic School. Also, yes, we can use motorways instead of bridges. That is a good thing. That is a thing that will save us today. Beyond that, I don't know. I still think we're kind of in trouble because there's still a lot of water. There's an awful lot of water happening here. Like, look, we got more water to cross. We've already got to deal with this. It's not even a new week. So, this may or may not wind up fine. This won't wind up being fine. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and state that right there won't wind up being fine. All right, give me 2 more traffic lights. All right, here's the thing. First of all, we're going to take motorway number 1. We're going to slide it over here. So now these 4 purples are going to service motorway number 1. Next, I'm going to stick a roundabout right here. And this roundabout's going to make sense in a little bit. These beige houses are going to go up and in to the southeast spur of the roundabout. These purple houses are going to come over and down into the western spur of the roundabout. This beige house is going to bulldoze another tree and get its very own spur into the roundabout. Okay? So we get a roundabout here, and then we get all of these cars over this bridge. That's important. So all of the cars go over the bridge, right? And then they have a choice. They can come this way via perfectly cromulent traffic light into the green business, or they can go up here into the purple business, or fuck. Listen, Luke, this may or may not. This is awful rat-wikey. I'm not gonna lie. This is looking pretty damn rat-wikey. And that's before you even consider that part of my plan involves doing this and just running the beiges up that way. Until we get a motorway, I think, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, for the sake of an actual fuck. Friends and pals and, boys and berries. Okay. Well, dang it. It's Monday. All right, you come up here. These greens swing down here. They're going to go into the neighborhood through the roundabout. I'm just going to have them come up this ancillary beige road. I don't think this beige road is going to see as much utility. Hold on, if we get one more purple house here would matter a whole lot. Give me one more purple house right here. You can do it. I believe in you. I have faith in the system. Give me one more purple house right here to take purples out of this nightmare equation. It's already a nightmarious equation. Don't make it worse. It's going to be worse, isn't it? It's going to be a lot worse. The traffic light is turning red a lot more often than I want it to. There you go. That's the color you should be. Okay. All right. Listen, it's fine. Everything's fine. There. Okay? Are we alive? Are we going? Are we... Oh, fuck stocks. Okay. Well, listen. Good news is we got another purple, which means that I can very easily pull this business out of the nightmare sauce. Bad news, as you can see, is another purple business spawned here to replace that. So now all of these, this right here is just going to be a nightmare. Look at this nightmare. Look at the nightmare that has happened as a result of that. Okay. Give me a roundabout. Is there... I can sneak a roundabout right here. Hold on. I can make this a little bit better. I can make this ever so slightly a little bit better just by tossing a roundabout right in here. Right? By tossing a roundabout right in here. Hi, Nora. Good morning. Yes, you're very meowy. So by tossing a roundabout right here, I can eliminate the purple business right on the road problem, which is a good problem to eliminate. And then we can just have everything sort of work, right? Aside from all of the parts of it that don't work. But listen, also, shit, now there's beiges got to get up this way? Nobody told me there'd be beiges got to get up that way. All right, I'm just going to pull these two beiges and run them into motorway number 1. Motorway number 1's going to have to do some work now. There, motorway number 1 connects beiges up there. That will probably keep this business alive for an hour or two. Beyond that, I don't know. Butternut. All right. I think we're gonna have to run these greens along a little bit more ridiculous of a road, like so, in order to get them in here. I think we're gonna have to do that, which I'm not playing like a complete beginner. Listen, we have 2 bridges. Is not many bridges, is not enough bridges. Ideally would be more bridges. Ideally would be more greens. Not coming this way. Okay. All right. Listen. You come here. Sunny loves summer, but also it's fucking hot, which, I mean, is a bit like saying I love ice cream, but it's so fucking sweet. But I kinda know what you mean. Alright, let's restructure these greens such that every green is on the road and coming down this way. Man, if I had a motorway, if we can get a motorway this week, I could solve a lot of problems, actually. Like, a motorway for these 2 greens to be over here? Oh, friends. Oh, buddies. Okay, then. Look at this. Look at all of this nonsense I'm able to eliminate here. All of this green shit, all of this green shit, all of it gone with a flick of my hand. Away with you, terrible green nonsense garbage. You shall be replaced by this, the awesome green incredible garbage or something. Here, you come down there, you go like that. Huzzah! So all of these greens now just hop motorway number 2, and they either go here or they swing around and get into here, and now we have problems. You remember that 9-second stretch of time where we didn't have massive problems? That was nice. I enjoyed those 9 seconds where we didn't have a massive fucking problem. I enjoyed them very much. Okay, what can I do? Well, I could. Here's a thing I could do. It's a dumb thing, but, you know, we're fine with doing dumb things. Here we go. Let's chop this bridge. This bridge doesn't need to exist. Let's funnel these oranges into this roundabout. And then we're going to take this green road, shunt it off to the northwest entrance here, and rededicate the northern spur to swinging out to this orange circle. So now the oranges also have to go through the double roundabout nonsense garbage in order to get over here, which I'm sure is fine. We're all in agreement that that's just fine, right? Okay. I'm glad we can agree that that's just fine. Now that we've agreed that that's just fine, we're going to redraw this road such that it doesn't interfere with the presence of this. You oranges are going to swing over And well, we can't actually do anything right here until the bridge is gone. But hey, the bridge is gone. So you're gonna swing over and down and in like so. I can't actually get this one in because they can't loop that road any further south. So, details. But still, we've got 5 oranges on a straight shot road going this way. That's good. We've got 5 oranges on this awful road going this way. And listen, this hasn't even killed everything yet. So it might just be good, y'all. It might just be fine. It might actually be A-okay. I don't necessarily want to commit to that as a possibility, but it might be okay. How's the mix, by the way? Because the CPU audio slider looks a little bit higher than I want it to look, but I don't trust myself anymore. I've only been doing this for 2.5 years or whatever. So Dinosaur Polo Club announced and canceled their underwork project Magic School. And this is rare for a game studio to be like, hey, so we were working on this game and we decided we weren't going to do it, but everybody worked really hard. Look at all of this awesome art they made, and there's concept drawings, and we had these cool mechanics in mind. It was going to be nice. It's not going to happen, but we had this game and we want you to see what we had. Video game studios don't do that, and it is cool, and the narrative around this has been that it's very cool that Dinosaur Polo Club is releasing all of this information, and I agree with that. I think it is very cool that Dinosaur Polo Club is recognizing the work that its team put in and wants to... Oh, balls. Wants to recognize... Okay, well, can I replace this traffic light with a roundabout? I can. I actually can. Okay. So the northern spur of this roundabout will go into this green business. The northeastern spur of the roundabout will go up into this beigeness. The southern spur of that roundabout will be devoted to... Actually, the southeastern spur of that roundabout will be devoted to these 3 greens as they get all of their nonsense together. Doot, doot. There. You come here. Oh, also, another thing that I meant to do is take the southern spur here and loop it like so. And by southern, I mean southwestern. So yet another business is now wholly dependent on these roundabouts. I feel, though, like in the long run, this might actually take pressure off of these roundabouts, because for the most part, this roundabout is now going to be pulling from over here, meaning that it's not running cars through here and here. Give me another roundabout. And this business here is going to be pulling from here, meaning that these cars don't have to go through here and here, which, especially here, probably means less work, theoretically. Like, that all tracks, right? I don't know if that necessarily tracks, but what I do know is that I can staple these 2 light greens to this road, and then we come up along here, and we have a Kadush road like such, and this is a perfectly cromulent traffic light. Hooray. You swing in like that, you swing down here. So I've been reading all of these interviews with employees of Dinosaur Polo Club talking about Magic School, and 2 things have struck me. First is the general, just, the agreed upon narrative of how cool is this that this game studio is not holding its artists to an NDA or anything. It's letting these people put these things in their portfolio and use them to get future work, and demonstrating the kinds of things that Dinosaur Polo Club is capable of as a company, while also being like, hey, look at this cool management structure. Instead of having, top-down decisions from executives in business meetings who don't know shit about shit, they actually have like team meetings where the team is like, hey, are we cool? We all still on board with this? We're not? Okay, that's a problem. Let's talk about it. Oh, turns out we can't do this. Okay, let's not do this then. That's very cool. Dinosaur Polo Club continues to be very impressive to me as a studio and the way they run their operation. It is at this point that I should note, just for the sake of fullness and transparency, that they gave me my copy of Mini Motorways, and I have since bought several more for friends. So, listen. I have a very tiny amount of skin in that game. Don't take my word as gospel. I'm just one dude. Where was I going with that? Another thing that has impressed me, aside from, hey, this Magic School concept looked cool, it's a shame the game's not going to happen, but good on DPC for releasing the art, and hey, look at the way their studio's structured, it is very impressive to me the amount of hype. And not hype, because, hype is for a thing that's going to exist, and Magic School is not going to exist. But I'm very impressed at the degree to which everyone involved has somehow just come to the same conclusion. There has been no public statement on this regard, but every outlet, every writer, every person at Dinosaur Polo Club who talks about, why did you come up with this game? And why did you want to make a game called Magic School? And tell me more about your video game called Magic School. Every single person at every level has managed to talk about the impressive but canceled video game project called Magic School without using the words Harry Potter one single fucking time. And listen, I understand that J.K. Rowling did not invent the concept of a magic school. She did not independently on her own for the very first time come up with the idea that in a world with witches and wizards, there would have to be a world where witches and wizards are taught as children how to be witches and wizards, and perhaps that might be a dedicated building of education for, the edification and learnings of wizarding people, some sort of magic school. J.K. Rowling did not pioneer that concept. However, the year is 2024. We're all people in our 30s or so. We're aware of the most famous iteration of the concept, but we are also aware that fuck that lady. And therefore, the degree to which everyone has just maybe not stated on the record, maybe just, whispered off the record. Here is a public service announcement from our good friend Sunflare Space. J.K. Rowling is a TERF. And fuck TERFs. This has been a public service announcement wholly unrelated to the conversation topic at hand. It's impressive to me the degree to which everyone involved at every step of the path has just unspokenly agreed not to utter the word Hogwarts or Potter or Rowling or anything like that. At least that I've seen. It's entirely possible that there's an in-depth interview with someone at Dinosaur Polo Club where they talk about how Harry Potter, they have several Harry Potter tattoos that they've had to cover up because of the truly awfulness of its creator. Which, yeah. But anyway, I have a Motorway here, and I don't really know what to do with it, because nothing's like actively burning. I'll tell you, this orange situation is looking a little untenable right now. Like, I'm not sure how much longer I can ten it. So we've got two orange businesses here, which are currently being supported in whole by 6 houses that are over this way. And these 6 houses I would totally trust to support this business all by themselves, but I don't know how I feel about the idea of these 6 houses. Well, I do know how I feel about the idea of these 6 houses supporting 2 circle businesses all by themselves. It's that that's a bad idea and we shouldn't do that. That's how I feel about that idea. Let's not. I was going to run these 2 greens down here to this business, but then I realized that I have these greens over here, what ain't doing nothing, and they can come up this way. Now, these greens in reality ain't doing nothing either. Like, this situation here is being handled by many other greens before we get to these greens. But, like, in theory, these greens here, not this green, these greens here are eventually supposed to be like the 10th, 11th, and 12th string houses. Is that right? We got 5, 6, 9. So this is like the 9th, 10th, and 11th string house for these 2 businesses. In theory, this will eventually matter. In practice, it hasn't, but it might. Speaking of things that might eventually matter, there's another beige circle over here, which is bad. I don't like that. What are we gonna do about that, I wonder? Let's take another roundabout. I just got a boop and boop. All right, let's take these 2. All right, here's what we're gonna do. These 2 houses what just spawned. We're gonna run them up this way over here into here to support that. These 2 houses, what had previously been supporting that, we're going to take them and make them the very last string efforts into the roundabout going eventually over here. These 3 houses, like so, we're going to chop and straight shot motorway number 3. I kind of hate that this is only 3 houses, but, you know, fullness of time we might be able to pull more houses there once I'm satisfied that we don't die elsewhere. Am I satisfied that we don't die elsewhere? Specifically here where? Yeah, these 2 houses are not being pressed into service at all. Then again, neither is this house, so for the moment, I'm just going to do this. That'll be a 4th house going here. That'll make sure this is fine. This over here has gone circular, which is kind of gross. Like, I don't, not in love with that. Speaking of gross, of all the people, all the like famous celebrity type people who I've stumbled across on TikTok, I was not prepared to find local meteorologist Todd Gross, who apparently just can't get work anymore as a TV meteorologist. Almost famous New England meteorologist Todd Gross is just on TikTok doing weather stuff now, which I find amusing. Good for you, Todd Gross. Let's take a 3rd roundabout. I got this orange house here. This orange house just came into existence, which is nice. There's no way for me to sneak a roundabout anywhere in here because we don't have the 3. We don't have 3. But you know what? I think I have enough orange backup over here that I can pull these 3 houses, and we can also do a bunch of other stuff. I'm gonna chop this orange out of this network entirely. So now all of these orange houses, minus this orange house, these 5 orange houses are just going to service this business. These 3 orange houses are just going to service this business. And these, 1, 2, 3, wait for it, doot 4 orange houses. Once... Didn't I have another motorway? I thought I had another motorway. Was I hallucinating a motorway? Because that's the reason I did that. The reason I did that was that I had another motorway. Was I just hallucinating a motorway? I think I might have hallucinated a motorway. Which probably isn't a good thing, even if hallucinating a motorway is the title of the episode. But... Okay, so you remember what I said that I was going to pull these oranges off of this network and everything was going to be fine? Actually, no. No, indeed not. No, we're going to do we're going to do this, and well, we're going to see how this fares when these are removed from the equation. That's going to be a good experiment to run, if nothing else. So that's good. These 2 oranges will be sustained a little while longer by these 6 houses. Spoilers for what's going to happen the next time I get a motorway is I'm going to chop this and motorway these 4 over to here. Like that's the plan. That's the idea. That's what I'm working with here. But, oops. So, let's, give me a 4th roundabout, I guess? Huh. That's ugly and awful and terribad. But hey, I will say that, this bridging motorway path here is actually okay. Good morning, crying Neptunes. Can you please say something that indicates you're a human? Cause, listen, I don't want to be rude to an actual human, but, well, could be wrong. Willing to be wrong. Always willing to be wrong. Oh, I see here. This beigeness over here is starting to look a little bit ucky. I don't think there's much I can do about that right now, unfortunately. We've got a fifth greenhouse for this green road. That's going to be okay. Yeah, this beige house, I just noticed it was starting to look a little backed up, but we've still got cars and driveways here and here and here, so... All right, here's that motorway I hallucinated. It is no longer a hallucination. It's an actual factual motorway now. So, as previously stated, we're going to draw motorway number 4, just like that. Now, these 4 orange houses will be responsible for this orange business, and that, obviously, is going to be a big balm to... You're good. You're good. Just any It came off as a random thing a bot would say, mostly because, at least for me, it's 7:33 in the morning, and it was surprising to hear that someone is using my streams to fall asleep at 7:33 in the morning. But, you know, other time zones exist. Anyway, problem. A problem has arisen, and it is this. We have... Okay. I think I'm going to have to restructure everything related to motorway number 1, because everything related to motorway number 1 is bad. Now, that's a bit of an oversimplification, but only a bit. Let's see here. By the way, this purple house should point south, because you can actually get in here and support this business. So, let's kill this entire road right here. Seems like something I might have done, Sonny. Oops. We're gonna have this. Here's Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a roundabout there. It's going to loop like here and also like here. And eventually like so. Yeah. This definitely isn't atrocious. This definitely isn't the doom of everything. Definitely not. Why would you think that this is the doom of everything, aside from the very real possibility that this is, in fact, the doom of everything? It's fine. It's completely and totally fine. As long as you ignore all of the many ways by which it is not actually fine. Let's see here. Chat is very European, but, you know, while we're insulting people, let's just drop a stereotype and note that Australia is very European. Just like as a concept. Also, I don't think we have enough purples here to catch up with the... Oh, I might have just killed this, actually. This might now be dead due to the actions of me. Let's see here. That's true. From a colonization standpoint, the U.S. is also very European. You make a good point. So... Fuck. Oh, we're so fucked. Oh man, this business is just so fucked. Let's do something terribly stupid as an emergency thing to try to save something. I'm gonna pull motorway number 4 over to here, which I acknowledge is just gonna completely and totally cut this orange business off from the rest of the world. And yet, I feel like it's the only thing I can possibly do that has a chance of catching up with this backlog. So let's just flood this area with purple cars for a second. I think maybe this only has to happen like once or twice. Like, I think if I was to, say, pull this motorway out right now, it would actually be alive again. Samurai Sam with a celebratory crab rave for my clearly excellent decision. Yes, that's what it's for. That's what the crab rave was for, right, Sam? Oh, God. Okay. All right. Hey, you're a nicely spawned beige business. You beige house. You can go up there and support that beigeness. This orange business down here is now mad. It's almost as though it's a circle that was completely deprived of housing for several in-game days or something. But, you know, Sam says that this challenge wasn't so bad. I'm gonna just gesture vaguely at everything here, Sam. And, well, it's been a challenge. It's been a challenge for your boy, the underscore Goog. Hey, you know what? What if... Hold on. What if this roundabout didn't need to exist? What if, instead, we did something very similar to the thing we had already tried and failed to do once? Which is just this. What if we just did that? And then once this motorway situations itself, we motorway straight into here. It's at least conceivable that that would work, right? I'm all sneezy. Oh, I am all sneezy. All right. More motorway, thank you. So the three of you can... Actually, let's make you ever so slightly closer. By... Oh, That is a roundabout. I don't want to drop a roundabout. I want to drop a motorway. We'll boop you like so. Okay, so the three of you go service that. Everything else go do whatever everything else is doing. All right, is anything actively on fire now? Hey, nothing's actively on fire now. Amazing. Okay. I kind of can't believe that everything's still working, given that I'm thoroughly dependent on not one, not two, but three potential rat wikes. And yet... Whew. This business over here has gone circular, but that is actually just kind of fine. Like we've got plenty of light green support for you, so I don't actually mind that. This green here we can toss onto a road. It'll be okay. Give me a 4th and 5th traffic light, I guess. Listen, Australia and Austria, they sound like very similar countries. As countries go, they're kind of not, but, only kind of not. There are more dissimilar countries than Australia and Austria, Ow. Oh, big stretch. Big stretch. Niger and Nigeria are more similar countries than Austria and Australia. But, same basic principle applies. You know what I did over the weekend, which is a very, very simple-ass thing for a person of any skill to do, and I did not really know that I had this skill. So, a week or so ago, I was sent a RAM upgrade for my work laptop. And they were like, hey, this might solve some problems you're having. Try it. So I tried it, and it worked. And most importantly, I was able to, follow a tutorial and actually install the RAM on my work laptop. And my work laptop immediately started performing better. Which made me think, hey, wait a second. If this works for this computer, maybe I try it for this computer. And god damn it, I actually, with a lot of help from our good friend Izzy. Listen, there was a lot of hand-holding and you can do this involved here. It's not like I had this plan all by myself and I did it with no help whatsoever or nothing. But, with the help of some hand-holding from Izzysaurus, I found some RAM, and I bought the RAM, and put the RAM in the computer, and I only fucked up one time, and then there was more RAM in my PC. So now my PC is closer to a Dodge truck. It has slightly more RAM, and by slightly, I mean I think I tripled it? Yeah, because I was running on 16 gigs of RAM, and I bought 32. So now I'm running on 48 gigs of RAM, which is a lot of gigs of RAM. That's probably it's probably more RAM than a person needs, even like a person like the Goog who does streaming and gaming and video editing. But, it's cheaper to upgrade RAM than to upgrade processors or graphics cards or whatever else I needed to make games run and look good. So, yay RAM. Hello, Nora. Oh, hi. All right, so we got a motorway. At some point, it would be nice to separate this purple nonsense from this beige nonsense. Like a motorway going straight here and a motorway going straight there. Given that this is just kind of working right now, though, I don't feel the need to do that immediately. I don't want to do that and then realize, oh shit, I should have, saved that motorway. So, if I get a second motorway, that's the kind of thing that I might do. Similarly, it would be nice to not have one motorway taking care of both of these big green circles. But, one motorway is taking care of these big green circles. So that's nice. Sam found some RAM one time, but then he got headbutted and decided not to fuck with it. Which is probably smart. Don't fuck with rams. They're big, they're scary, they have horns and heads and skulls. They'll bash your brains! Yeah, go, like, I haven't really tried it. I haven't really put it through its paces yet. Like, the most intense gaming thing I've done since I put in the new RAM was Balatro, or maybe this run of mini Motorways. But, you know, we've seen Baldur's Gate 3 get a little chuggy at times. Ow. Oh, big stretch. Okay, let's see here. We're up over 4,000. It kind of does become a bit of an ant farm, Sam. Like, there isn't anything actively on fire right now, which is weird, but, you know, we're just kind of cruising along at the moment. We've got so many spare road tiles. Here, give me a 6th and 7th traffic light, just because it's funny. I'm gonna run this over here like so. Samurai Sam has redeemed the Goog's top 3 flowers, which I have no strong opinions about flowers. I don't know. Roses are pretty. Flowers are pretty. I have no thoughts on flowers. I'm sorry. I'm a deeply uninteresting person when it comes right down to it, which is weird for someone who thought it would be a good idea to shove a microphone in his face and yammer to the internet upwards of 8 times a week. But, yeah, Luke is correct. Obviously, Luke, the key to this, the key central structure is our triple roundabout here. You know, every map, we should just have 3 roundabouts in the middle as quickly as possible, run as much traffic through it as possible, and just kind of see what happens. Obviously. Here, give me another motorway. And, well, being as I'm now possessed of 2 motorways, I might as well. Hi, what do you want? What? Why are you meowing? Come here. Come here. What? What is it? Oh, there's a little kitty. Here, give us a meow. Oh, that's a big meow. Here. Was there less food in your dish than I thought there was this morning? Because I looked at your food dish and I thought it had enough food that you weren't going to be mad about it not having food. Was I wrong about that? I might have been wrong about that. Anyway, I mean, what we could do, actually, you know, the thing to do is not to separate, for right now, the thing to do is not to separate this motorway or this motorway, but rather, let's disconnect all of this, and 1, 2, 3 of these, straight shot motorway up into here. That's the thing to do. That peels the... Because this is a circle that had been dependent... This had been serviced by 3 houses forever. So, I mean, that was a problem waiting to happen. It's also not necessarily a great thing that this circle business just went unsupported for a minute here. Let me grab a couple of you. Hello. Oh, you're a good kitty cat. Yes, clearly, Luke. She's trying to pull me away from the road network, saying, "Hey, your city's looking great. Just step away from it for 5 minutes and feed me." I don't think that's gonna happen, Nora. Hi. Oh, you're so orange and soft. That's a true fact about this kitty cat. She's both orange and soft. So yeah, we are now up over 5,000 trips and everything's just kind of going. All right, I'll take an 8th roundabout, I guess. You can just throw circles anywhere we damn well feel like. Is this green starting to get a little angry? Maybe just a little. Sunny could upgrade her RAM as well. There's so much weird shit going on. Yeah. Like, if there's weird shit going on, it might be a better idea to just kind of go for a new one. RAM upgrade it's cheap, but if it's not the only thing, then it's not worth doing. On the other hand, the good thing about RAM cards is, for the most part, they're just, plug and play. So you could, in theory, buy some, put it in the old PC for now, and then when it is time to actually acquire the new PC, pop them out of the old PC before you ditch that. But, that may or may not be worth doing. These two greens are still doing fine. We got plenty of cars and driveways over here. This green here only has 3 houses supporting it, which is a little bit, it's a little dicey. But for the moment, it appears to be okay. I'm going to run this purple down here, give it its very own spur of the roundabout, just in case this business here ever decides to get angry about stuff. This purple here is doing pretty much fine. This green down here appears to have recovered nicely. Oh, goodness. Sonny's PC is over 3 years old, keeps opening and closing random command windows. Eey. Ah, no, okay. All right. Yeah, no, that's all. That is all time for a new PC, is what that is saying. That is not the kind of stuff that a person should have to deal with. IMO. Oh, goodness gracious. Big yawn. Big yawn from me, the _Goog. Where's my caffeine? Aha, my caffeine. I don't think I've ever had 10 roundabouts in my stockpile at once, and I probably shouldn't put a 10th chicken in with all of these eggs, but you know what I mean. It's kind of ridiculous at this point. So if this challenge is going to get all ant farmy, what's going to be the high score? Like, are we just going to find out that even if a score of like 6,500, I don't crack the top 10, and it turns out that 5 digits was the table stakes there? Because that would be bad. You can tell that I'm still playing goofy fake poker because I use phrases like table stakes. Samurai Sam would like to remember a guy, given that I failed so horrendously to name my top 3 flowers. Let's see here. The Goog's top 3 flowers are, I don't know, roses because they're pretty, Rose McGowan because, and Rose McIver because, there you go. Top 3 flowers. Let's take a motorway. Sam wants to remember Barney the dinosaur. Barney is a dinosaur from our imagination. But when he's tall, he's what we call a dinosaur sensation. Oh, these purples. You're going to come down here. You're going to join up that way. This purple business here is mad about stuff, which is starting to make sense, given that you are a business that's sharing a motorway with some... Okay, you know what? I think it's time to split these purples up. I think it's time to just dedicate motorway number 1 right there to straight shotting into the purple business. And then having these beiges like so. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beiges, boom. They can straight shot via motorway number 7 up to here. Okay, so we've separated the purple and beige. Barney the Dinosaur. There is a Barney the Dinosaur video game for the Sega Genesis, which is not a thing that should exist, quite frankly, but you know, it's reasonably fun. If you're 6 years old. I played it, Sam. It was one of those things that my sisters really wanted to play, and I was a giant jerk-ass about, so you know how that goes. Let's see here. Actually, rather than have a traffic light here for this singleton house, I think I'd rather sneak a roundabout in here. We're going to sneak a roundabout in here for this singleton house. There we go. Oh boy. We're starting to really get backed up with our green situations here. So actually it's almost worthwhile to... Hey, I have an idea. What if we just pulled all of this out of here? All of y'all go down that way, because you can still go that way. And then the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these greenhouses just straight shot motorway into here. How about that? What if we just yoink this whole green thingy out of this roundabout shaped ecosystem? That would probably be helpful, although we may not survive the transition. Just because there's such a backlog here, even with this now being pulled out, we've still got to clear through all of this Michigas, basically, in order to get these cars out of here. This business is now mad. We're up over 7,000, which is nice, but listen, it is, by the standards of a teenager or a person who truly loves video games, a bad video game. If you're a person who truly loves Barney the Dinosaur, I'm sure it's enjoyable if you're 3. I was not 3 when I was playing it, but god damn it, I played it. So what does that say about me, I guess, is the question. This green here it's really close to being okay. Like we're just like 1 or 2 cars short of getting back under the death zone, but then yeah, that's true. It is a game that beats itself if you put the controller down. It's also built for toddlers. It's built for toddlers and the parents of toddlers who need to entertain the toddlers. As a video game, like as a challenge for the player, it isn't one. As a thing to entertain a toddler, it's fine. 7,336 means I beat Samurai Sam. Holy shit! Drop those GGs in the chat. I was not expecting that. GGs in the chat. And you know, folks, we've been going for like an hour just on this daily challenge. I think that's gonna do it for us here today. Also, I was correct in that like 5 figures is what you needed to crack not quite the top 10, but definitely the top 6. Congratulations to Darbs and Desperate Frankly. Sam is screaming for me to do the Wordle. Everybody do the Wordle. The Wordle is a puzzle. Everybody is a loud dog who needs a brand new muzzle. No, I don't think that works. All right, fine. We'll do the Wordle. The weenus is a dance. No? Okay. Okay. Well, we've done poorly to start. It could be... It could be a great many things. It could be spoil. No reason for it not to be spoil. Why would Sam be so insistent? Maybe it's a funny word. Maybe it's a hilarious word. Maybe it's an infuriating word. Maybe it's a stream relevant word. Maybe, I don't know. It's what is this word, Sam? It Well, it can't be guys. Well, we know it starts with an S. If it starts S, we know it starts with an S and there's an I in it. So it could be... It can't be sigil because there's no L. It can't be sigma because it doesn't have the Riz, and also there's no A. It's a skibbity situation, but what are you gonna do? It could be sight. Could absolutely be sight. It's not sight, and the I's in the wrong place. So, it can't be Smith or Smite because there's no T or H or E. It can't be Smile. I'm just assuming that there's an M, and that might be wrong. It can't be Swift because there's no T. It can't be Sweet because there's no T and no E. It can't be Swing because there's no N and no G. It can't be Slimy because there's no L. It can't be Shiny because there's no H and no N. It can't be David Segui because this is Wordle, not the Immaculate Grid. And also there's no G. What in the fuck? Could it be Swiss? It could be Swiss. It could be Swiss. I believe squick is a word, but I also believe that squick is a 6-letter word. I think it's a CK at the end of it. So it can't be squick like that. Also, we know Sphinx is also a 6-letter word. It's a PH. Now we know that the I is the 3rd letter. It can't be... Sam insisted that I do the Wordle simply because it causes suffering. Okay. Here I was thinking it was like a funny word or a word that had meaning to me. No, it's just a pain in the ass. Okay. Good. I'm glad. It could be... Well, it can't be skirt because there's no T. It can't be... We also know that there's only one S, which is helpful, I guess. It could be skiff. That's correct. That's a boat. It could be skiff. Hey, it's skiff. Whew. Okay. Well, that's a pain in the ass of a Wordle. It's a boat, Sam. It's a tiny boat. It's a little boat. It's a boat. I don't know what else to say. It's a boat. It's a little boat. Oh, God. Hey, you know what? Hell with it. We've already done the Wordle. We're already over an hour. We got an extra long episode of Gimmimimim today. Let's draw some connections. We see... I don't know why the first thing I see is this, but Head, Throne, John, and Can are all... Well, we already had Skibbity. Now we've said toilet. Can I kill all of you? Listen, I understand that every generation looks at the younger generations. Sam, have you never heard the expression hit the head? Incidentally, here's a tangent. Hit the head is a saying. It means use the toilet. This is a tangent, but I'm going to tell it because it's my favorite. It's a thing. So in Mass Effect, you can just kind of poke around the galaxy and look at pretty much any planet you want that's in the video game, not in the real galaxy. And each planet will have like a little paragraph of backstory, or like, this planet has awful tarantula monsters. Don't go there unless you want to get eaten by awful tarantula monsters. You know, things like that. There is a planet named Tehooft in Mass Effect. T''Hooft, or something like that. And the lore behind Tehooft is that it is an utterly unremarkable rock. There is nothing of interest about it. However, there was a Dutch-funded mission that desperately needed to land on any planet so that they could do the basic maintenance cycle of their engine. They have to, basically there's this material that builds up in your engine as you're traveling at faster than light speeds in Mass Effect, and you have to release it from your ship. This is all like lore stuff. You don't actually mechanically have to do this or anything. But basically, you had to discharge your warp core. You had to do it right away. They could not wait. They had to go. So they landed on this uncharted world, utterly unremarkable rock, and they named it Tehooft, which is Dutch for the head, because they absolutely, positively, 100% needed to hit the head. It's funny. It's amusing to me. It's a planet named the Head because essentially they needed to go to the ship bathroom. Peters has found that there are last names of rock stars here. We've got David Bowie, Freddie Mercury, Queen is a band, B.B. King is a musician, not so much a jazz, not so much a rock star, but okay. And I'm sure there's someone I'm missing. Somebody named Gold? Is there somebody famous named Gold? There are plenty of famous people named Gold. Are there musicians? I don't know about this one anymore. I don't want to do Queen. Queen is a band. That doesn't seem right. Could be wrong about stuff. Let's see here. Well, full, twin, queen, and king are just mattress sizes. There you go. Yeah, Queen is not the last name of a musician. Queen is a band. Sonny thinks there are metals involved here, which, I mean, that does make sense. Lead, mercury, tin, and gold. Those are butter. Those are not butters. Those are metals. That's a true fact. And then butcher, butterfly, Bowie, and butter. These are knives. These are just knives. Is it Bowie knife or Bowie knife? I think it's Bowie knife when spelled that way, but who knows? Hey, we did connections, and connections was not garbage bullshit. These all make sense. I understand. They could have been other things, but instead they were these things. That's a good connections puzzle. Now we must strands, where everyone will cut foot loose, which I guess means dance moves? Oh lord. Are we honoring Raygun, the Australian Olympic breakdancer? It's very amusing to me that one of the 5 biggest names to come out of the Summer Olympic Games is Raygun, the Australian Olympic breakdancer. Which Sonny sees Mormon, which, hey, yeah, you could say Mormon. It's not a word though, apparently. Strands is anti-LDS, which, hey, first good political stance the New York Times has taken in a while. Let's see here. I think I just managed to offend everyone at the same time with that. Good job, Goog. There is dancing in Book of Mormon, that's true. And yet, and it's not, that's not like a Spangram hint or anything. There's no Book of Mormon possible here, but well, let's see here. So DANC. Oh, I see the spangram. The spangram is dance moves. Like so. Wha-ha. And then over here, that's lawn, and I thought we might be going for lawn mower, but no, thankfully not. Here's mook, one of my favorite words. It's not a dance move or anything, but... Oh, moonwalk. That makes sense. And then we can twerk and floss. Yes, the New York Times. Let's all floss. Oh, big stretch. Big stretch. What do we have here? We can... I don't know. So there are 3 dance moves hidden in these letters here. Somewhere. I don't see electric slide anywhere. Sunny sees strip, which is a thing a person can do when dancing. There's stripe and Hugo, which is not a dance move. It's a dude's name, actually. Okay. Hey, there's Vogue. Can you tell that the Goog is not much of a... Yeah, I totally did, Sam. I did strip, and then I did stripe. Meh. So this has got to be... Oh, wait. Do the hustle. That means that somewhere in here... Oh, did Peters get one? Pirouette. Oh, okay. I mean, you're correct. And yet. Pirouette is the last dance move. That is a perfect game of strands. Hooray. Thank you. And now, for today's Immaculate Grid, we need Cubs and Twins and Nationals and Dudes What won the Silver Slugger and the MVP, and Dudes What played center field. You know, Sonny, I think you have a point for this bottom right corner. A dude who won a Silver Slugger and played center field, I don't think that means you have to have won the center field Silver Slugger, does it? When paired with a team, the player must have won the Silver Slugger, but the team, when paired with a non-team category, does not need to be in the same season. So a dude who won a Silver Slugger and played center field is, imagine, trading Mookie Betts. Dude who played center field for the Chicago Cubs is, they must have stuck Jason Hayward out there at some point. Dude who played center field for the Minnesota Twins is Byron Buxton. Sounds about right. Dude who won the MVP with the Minnesota Twins is... Justin Morneau actually won it the year I think Justin Morneau won it, right? Because there was one year where Justin Morneau won the MVP and didn't really deserve to win the MVP. I think we've talked about that before. That was like 2009-ish, the year Derek Jeter had a chance to win the MVP. Anyway, Justin Morneau is a Minnesota Twin who won the MVP. A Chicago Cub who won MVP is Derek Lee won MVP, didn't he? I think. I feel like Derek Lee won the MVP one year. Right? That feels right. It seems correct. Chris Bryant win the MVP when he was with the Cubs? I think Chris Bryant. Yeah, actually Chris Bryant. Yeah, Chris Bryant. Derek Lee would be a deeper cut, but I'm less sure of it, so. Chris Bryant. Sam, did Derek Lee win the MVP when he was with the Cubs? Actually, you probably shouldn't tell me that, because if he did, he also won the Silver Slugger. Oh, Derek Lee had a really awesome year, but Albert Pujols won the MVP that year. Hey, a guy who won the Silver Slugger and the MVP is Albert Pujols, but it's also like Ichiro. So, there you go. A Washington Natinspo who won a Silver Slugger is probably Anthony Rendon. He was good for a while. There you go. Dude who was on the... Now we have to actually connect teams, which is bad. Scary. Let's remember some Natinspos. Will Cordero was a National. Was he a Twin? I don't think so. Jamie Moyer was a Cub. Was he a National? No? Okay, fine. Darwin Barney was a Cub, but not a National. Jahani Peralta was a National, but neither Twin nor Cub. J.J. Hardy was a Twin, but not a National. Kent Herbeck and Joe Mauer were Twins, but not Nationals. Pete Rose was a National, but neither a Twin nor a Cub. Chad Cordero was a National, but neither a Twin nor a Cub. There is a Hall of Famer who fits the bottom one. Andre Dawson? I think you're thinking of Andre Dawson. Andre Dawson was an Expo, wasn't he? Pretty sure Andre Dawson was an Expo. Andre Dawson? Andre Dawson. Hooray. Thank you, Sam. Now let's remember some more dudes. Chuck Knobloch was a Twin, but never an Expo. Kirby Puckett was a Twin, but never an Expo. Pedro Martinez was an Expo, but never a Twin. David Ortiz was a Twin, but never a National or an Expo. His career included both of those. Let's see here. Larry Walker was an Expo, but never a Twin. Tim Raines was an Expo, but never a Twin. Vladimir Guerrero was an Expo, but never a Twin. Son of Ann Bitch. John Lester was a National, but never a Twin. Brad Radke was a Twin, but never an Expo. Scott Erickson was a Twin, but never an Expo. Scott Cooper was an Expo, but never a Twin. Bartolo Colon was an Expo, but never a Twin. Randy Johnson was an Expo, but never a Twin. Walter Johnson was a Senator, but never an Expo. There's a guy you like to use who fits, but you don't think of him on one of these teams. Was Rick Aguilera an Expo? Possibly. Was Eddie Guardado a National or an Expo? I don't think so. Heathcliff Slocum was an Expo. Was he a Twin? I don't think so. And I already mentioned him. Awesome. Great. Amazing. I love that for me. A dude I like to use, who I've already mentioned, who was an Expo or National and also a Twin. Was I wrong about Chad Cordero? No. Was Joaquin Soria a National? No, Joaquin Soria was never a Twin. He was a Royal forever, not a Twin. Joe Nathan? Joe Nathan was a Twin and a Ranger. Did the desiccated corpse of Joe Nathan have one final season with the Nationals? Son of a bitch. It's a notable journeyman dude who often shows up as a top choice who fits. Octavio Dotel? Octavio Dotel might have been a Twin. Edwin Jackson might fit. Justin Upton? No, Justin Upton was never a Twin. Carlos Correa. Wait. Yeah, actually. Carlos Correa. Never mind. I made this much harder than it had to be. Carlos Correa. What? Didn't he come up with the... He came up with the Astros, not the Nationals. metal sticks. Bartolo Colon was a... Oh, he was! Bartolo Colon totally was a twin. God damn it. Curse is foiled again. Would have gotten away with it if it weren't for those meddling non-knowings of facts about things. Folks, that is going to do it for us here today on Good Morning Mini Motorways. I will be back, however, later this week, specifically tomorrow evening. We will return with Baldur's Gate 3. I have an early morning job tomorrow, but it should only take the morning, so there will be no gimmim tomorrow. Other than that, it is business as usual. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Down into this double plaza, that will be Donkey Hoary. Wait, no, don't spoonerize that, Goog. That will be Hunky Dory. Oh no. That's when you pick a girl up on the street and you bring her to the carnival and send her into a tank. You play Donkey. Never mind. We're moving.